Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. I'm back with another one. We're gonna break down these new WBO rankings that just came out like last night. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna chop it up on that. I want to salute everybody coming through the building. My man, Crush the Legend in the building. What's good, bro? Salute to you. Salute. So you guys can follow me on my social media at on Twitter at over J. Feel free to hit me up. It's scrolling across the bottom. Instagram, L Does Boxing. You can hit me up on there too for any questions and stuff like that. But we're gonna do a screen share. We're gonna get into it. My man JC in the building. What's good, bro? What's good with you? So we're gonna do a little screen share. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. I bet. So um starting at the heavyweight division. So of course we know Usyk is a unified champion. Of course, we're waiting on that rematch, that date for the rematch with him and AJ. So we're definitely getting that. Far as the rankings though, it really haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys that got fights coming up. Joseph Parker has a fight coming up against Shazor. That's December 18th. But we's talking about coming back in March. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure who he may fight, but he's talking about fighting in Mexico. Frank Sanchez has a decent fight coming up. He's facing Carlos Negron on that heavyweight that PBC heavyweight pay per view January the 1st. So and he looked good in his last fight. You know what I'm saying against FA. Not sure about Dane DeBar. Michael Hunter fighting next week. He's fighting Jerry Forrest on Triller. So you know what I'm saying. Luis Ortiz is fighting Charles Martin. So he got some smoke coming up. That's a good fight. That's on that pay per view card. Number nine, Zhang. He's fighting tonight, actually, on Teofimo's on the card. Let me see. Let me see. Denson McKean just fought. Tony Yoka is fighting January the 15th against Carlos Takam. So, yeah, so the rankings haven't changed. Number 15, Ali Deverizian. He's fighting Gerald Washington on that PBC heavyweight card January the 1st. So, you know what I'm saying? Shit ain't really changed too much. Jacob Jennings in the building. What's good, bro? Salute to you. Salute. So, nothing really popping. We waiting on AJ, you know what I'm saying? Well, I guess we're waiting on that date. I know Tyson Fury is on voluntary stage until they get right with Dylan White. Hopefully that fight happens too, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, moving to cruiserweight. So Lawrence Okolie is the champion. He said Washington Steele's fight. Yeah, yeah. They got him on the card, bro. Yes, sir. They got him on the card. That's a tough fight for him too. You know what I'm saying? But Lawrence Okolie is the champion. He's in voluntary stage. I see they got Gassiev number one. Gassiev is actually fighting in heavyweight. He got a fight coming up on Christmas, so I'm not sure if that's 100. But yeah, I want to see Okolie unified against Breedis. Looking at these rankings, ain't too much change. Badu Jack, he fought his first fight yesterday at cruiserweight. He got a second round knockout, so he's a player. He probably one of the biggest names in the division. He said, "Hell yeah, it is, yes sir." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, these rankings really ain't changed too much. Of course, I want to see unification. We know the big news about Makabu, Canelo trying to fight Makabu. So, but Makabu's mandatory is Mashinsu. He's number two in the WBO. They're supposed to fight. They're supposed to fight January 29th. So we'll see how everything unfolds. If he actually go through with the fight, you know what I'm saying? Because they know he got the big bag with Canelo waiting in May. So we'll see. That's a Don King production. So you already know what time it is. Moving to light heavyweight, Joe Smith Jr. is the champion. He got a big fight coming up January 15th versus Callum Johnson. That's gonna be crazy. That's be one of the early fight of the year candidates in 2022. Because both guys coming to bang. You know what I'm saying? Both guys got good power. Yeah, I like that fight. I like that one. Let me see who got fight. So yeah, this another ranking. The not really too much change in this one. Uh, Gilberto Ramirez got a fight coming up December 18th. That's a WBA eliminator. Number three, Solomov. Now he was supposed to face Joe Smith. Joe Smith got COVID and whatnot. So now Solomov going to face off against Dimitri Bivol. That's December the 11th. That's a good fight. That's in Russia. That's a good fight. I like that. But Waxy had to pull out his fight against number four, Maxim Vasov. He had a hand injury, so hopefully they reschedule that. Callum Smith, he's up in there. So these rankings looking pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? Number 8, Bodalik, he's a Olympic bronze medalist. Anthony Yard, he's fighting number 1, Lyndon Arthur. That's next week, December 4th. So yeah, they shaking. You know what I'm saying? This division starting to shake a little bit. Started the top 10 starting to fight each other. That's what's up. After being stagnant, Brother B about to face his WC mandatory Marcus Brown December 17th. So yeah, that's what's up. That's good stuff right there. Couple of type in the building. What's good, bro? Salute. Yes, sir. Early start. Yeah. I'm trying to get one in. Salute to you, bro. All right. So moving up, or moving down rather to 168. All right. So of course Canelo is the undisputed champion. You know he doing whatever he want to do. So he probably, probably won't make no noise at 168 next. We already heard his intentions. The WO mandatory is Zach Parker, who fought November the he fought on the same day as Canelo and Plant. He got a fourth round knockout, I believe. So, he's still there. So we'll see. Danny Jacobs, I'm not sure what he's gonna do. David Lemieux and David Benavidez. So they 1 and 2 in the WBC. So they basically been ordered to fight for the WC interim title. But it's interesting to see David Benavidez coming to these new rankings. He wasn't ranked by them last month. So I wonder what they're trying to do. That's a high ranking for a guy like that. Me thinking, I like to eliminate the mandatory. So I think if you eliminate the mandatory, they eliminate themselves. If the WC mandatory, which has been the Vitas, face off against the WO mandatory, Zach Parker, I feel like that's one less guy that put their name in the head in the Canelo sweepstakes. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I think they should do that anyway, especially so it won't mess up undisputed. Now, if Canelo not gonna campaign at 168, what I'm saying, no time soon, then he free up the belts and maybe these guys can fight for vacant titles and stuff like that. But that's a good fight. You got number 1 in both station bodies. Hey, make the fight happen. Zach Parker got a fan friendly style, and of course David Benavidez. So that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know what time it is with these sanction bodies and promoters and managers. So when it makes sense, sometimes it really don't. But still some familiar names in here. Number 6, Adiosis, the WBA. He's a WBA mandatory. I'm not sure if it's for Morrell or Canelo. You got Belenga. He coming, but he's mending from the bicep injury. So familiar names. LeBron Richards got a good fight coming up. He's facing off against Carlos Gongora. That's December 18th. That's a good fight. Battle of two southpaws. I like that. So yeah, that's what's up. Moving down the middleweight, so Demetrius Andre is still the champion. He defended his title last week. I mean, easy work, second round knockout, Jason Quigley. That's what he's supposed to do with work like that. So I see that Eddie Hearn kind of he petitioned to the WC to face off against Jamal Charlo to make it a unification like they did back in the day with Adonis Stevenson versus Sergey Kovalev, but knowing how they work, I don't think it's going to happen. I would want to see that fight, but that fight's starting to be more of a fantasy fight. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to look like, you know, yeah, it's starting to look like Iran Barkley. Like we'll probably can get Iran Barkley versus Keith Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Before we get this fight, it's a fantasy fight, so we should. Well, we have to talk about it. So the other options for Andre Zanabek, number 2. Now Zanabek, after his win over Endom last weekend, which he looked decent, he uh he requested to be the mandatory for Andre. That's a decent fight. You know what I'm saying? That's a top 10 guy at middleweight that would give him a decent run. Let me see. You got Fakal in there. Fakal won an IBF eliminator. Danny Dignam. Now he was supposed to come back. Damn, what day? I think next week, but he got injured. You know what I'm saying? So he'll decent contender out in the UK. Let me see, Liam Williams and Chris Eubanks. So that fight just got postponed from December the 11th to January 29th because Liam Williams citing a shoulder. I think he re-aggravated his shoulder that he hurt against Andre. So that fight got postponed. So it is what it is. You got some good, and then you got Felix Cash, who should be coming back pretty soon. Denzel Bentley had a nice victory, and then you got Hugo Centeno. Okay, familiar names. All right, moving. He said no Triple G. Triple G, yeah. Well, he's not in these rankings because he's the champion. But Triple G is going to fight Murata December 29th. So yeah, yes sir. Oh, you talking about no Triple G for Andre? Ah man, them dudes on the same side. If you talking about that, they're on the same side. Triple G don't even call his name, and they don't even talk about that. That's the problem. All those fighters that's on the zone, and Andre can't get those guys, but we supposed to believe that he's going to get the Charlo fight. Yeah, it's crazy. I want to see Triple G versus Magia. That'd be a pretty fun fight. I think Triple G turned that down. All right, moving to 154. So we got some good news. So we're going to get the rematch, undisputed rematch between Carlos Brian Castano, who's the WBO champion, versus unified champion Jamel Charlo. They fought in July. It was a good fight. Very close. They fought to a draw, so they're gonna run it back February 26th. The reason why it took so long for this fight to get made, the rematch to get made, because they got mandatories they had to sort out. So the IBF mandatory was due next. He been mandatory for over 2 years, so they had to work out some lawyers and another step aside package, maybe another fight. Same thing with Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo is a mandatory, so they had to kind of get his permission and stuff like that. So that's why it took so long, and they had to wait to see Tim Zoo's see his result. He just fought last week. So that's why, people think, oh, why it taking so long? Blah. That's why they got to work out this shit before they can actually announce these fights. I mean, Chris M in the building. What's good, bro? You saying the vid? I mean, I don't watch that. I seen like a clip, but I don't watch that because I know that fight is probably like 3 fights down the road if it's gonna happen. Trap me in the building. What's good, bro? He said you seen the vid of these young kings. Nah, I don't watch that. Because that when you do that, like you fall into that, this is me. I ain't talking about nobody else. But if I fall into that, it can be another fantasy fight like Bud versus Spence, Charlo versus Andre. This one can do the same thing. They got similar dynamics in this shit too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't fall into it yet. When Cobra beat Gutierrez, and then he got a mandatory. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he win, he got a mandatory. John O'Carroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he really free to fight? I already know what time it is when it comes to that. Now, I would love to see the fight. I know me and my homeboy Ali been talking about this shit for a long time. I think it'd be some high level chess match between two young fighters, but I ain't gonna get my hopes up for nothing. These fights could be right. Cobra taking 135. Yeah, I ain't gonna tease me with no good time. But looking at these 154 rankings, so the first thing that popped up to me, I see Tony Harrison coming in number 8. So that's a so of course I asked him what's good with it. What I'm saying, I guess he ain't giving out no information, but that makes sense for Tony Harrison to if Tim Zoo gonna come over here and campaign and get his name out there, Tony Harrison is a perfect fight. And there's a reason why these guys pop into their rankings all of a sudden without being ranked like the month before. Somebody knows something. You feel me? So Tim Zoo coming off that good win against what's his name, Takashi. Anyway, that was a good performance. Number 2, Kurbanov. He's fighting number 4, Patrick Teixeira. So that's what I'm talking about. These guys actually fighting each other. I like that. Number 3, that's the IBF mandatory. Back to him. So he might get a little stay busy fight, a little step aside money because that's Charlo's mandatory. Liam Smith is fighting Jesse Vargas. That's January 29th. We got Lubin up in there, number 6. Excuse me. But Lubin, he actually he's going down he's the mandatory in the WBC. So I mean it's cool to keep him right here too. You know what I'm saying? I like these names though. Brandon Adams, you got Carlos Adames, who got a good fight coming up next week against Derevchenko. Sergio Garcia got a good fight next week too versus Fundora. I like that. Charles Conwell, Hamza Shiraz. I think he fighting next week too. on the Arthur Yard undercard. I like him, a good prospect. So 154 always been one of those divisions that it's pretty dangerous, pretty deep too, from top to bottom. So that's what it is. All right, moving to 147. He said Lubin got to wait even long. Yeah, he got to wait. Yeah, I think he should stay busy. Get some more fights in. Stay busy. Fight the same time these other guys fighting. I think he'll be all right. He's still young. At 147, so Bud is still the champion. We see him defend his title last week against Porter. Good fight, you know what I'm saying? So we're just waiting to see what he's gonna do. He just fought, so we'll probably get some probably next month or two. Virgil Ortiz is number one. He's scheduled to come back January 22nd. Now, no opponent has been announced, but I don't know. We'll see what he do. We'll see. I know the WC talked about ordering David Avanesian versus Virgil Ortiz, which is a good fight, but we'll see. They got Boost number two, so Boost been climbing. He was number five last month, so he jumped to number two. So that's what's up. So he right there for a title shot. So he's like top two, top three, and all the sanctioned bodies. So it's getting close for title opportunity or or eliminator or something like that. So time is coming. Michael McKinson can't move up a spot. He might be an opponent for Virgil Ortiz. That's a crafty southpaw. He's with Matchroom and the Zone. MTK. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz is with MTK. Maybe they can make that fight in January. We'll see. Sandor Martin coming off that big victory over Mikey Garcia. He's at number four at welterweight. That's kind of surprising. I'm thinking he's going to campaign at 140. So we'll see. David Avanesian, good opponent. Quadratilo Akadurov, number six. That's Earl Spence mandatory in the IBF. He's fighting December the 11th versus Cody Crowley. And this will be his third southpaw in a row. So that tells me he's gearing up for Earl Spence fight. That's what it tells me. He signed with Samson, so he's on the right side of the street. He's been mandatory for over 2 years. So we'll see. We'll see how he look. If not, I can see the IBF ordering because Spence got a lot of power in the division. He can make a lot of moves. He can make moves, that benefit him. He can make moves that can kind of stall out people. Like I don't think people really understand how much power Spence have. So I can see the IBF ordering uh Quadratilo versus Boots for the interim title. And then while Spence, do what he got, do what he want to do, and whatever he trying to do, they'll get him some more leeway. So yes, sir, I can see that. You got Lewis Crocker, that's a UK fighter. Standing Jonas. Now they just ordered. Well, they did a purse bid. They got a purse bid coming for Ugas versus Standing Jonas. That's December the 9th. Um, we'll see what happens, man. I don't think Ugas gonna take the fight. I think he's gonna drop the belt and go fight Spence. But that's just me. I know people say, well, Spence don't. He talking about strap season. He not gonna fight him without the belts. The way I look at it, Ugas beat Pacquiao, dominated Pacquiao, and retired him. That's more important than the corrupt sanction body. You know what I'm saying? It was corrupt sanction and belt, in my opinion. And he fought Danny Garcia without a belt. Yeah, Danny was the mandatory, but so was Quasitilo. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be kind of hard trying to mess with me on debates and stuff like this. So I would say fight Ugas. That's a big ass fight. Like real fans know Ugas, is top three in the welterweight division. Don't lose nothing. The WBA wasn't trying to get Spence to unify their title anyway. When they made the Pacquiao fight, we was talking about, oh, they gonna give Pacquiao the belt back. They gonna give him the belt back. Did they give it back to him? Hell no. And then he ended up falling out the fight. Ugas fight Pacquiao, and they're doing the same thing. So why even waste your time to fight for a belt that they telling you they don't want you to fight for? So drop the belt. You know what I'm saying? He can't fight for the Ring Magazine belt because Bud number one. So they could just have a big ass fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it'll do. I think it'll do decent. Spence versus Ugas. That's a good fight. Um, Let me see. He said I need Thurman to come back and shake up. Man, let's get it. I think he'd be great for the division. I'll be a mentor next year for Spence. I mean, it's a possibility. Like I said, Spence got a lot of power that a lot of these fans don't know. So I think he can hold it off again, and he can, you know what I'm saying? because he can push for bigger fights or whatever. But it's a possibility. I always start Spencer to went ahead and fought him, get it out the way. Boom, get it out the way. And then because I wasn't thinking as a tune up per se, I'm thinking as if let's say Spence fought him in February. That tells me he can get two more fights in. Us as fans, it's I want to see the guys fighting more often. I think when they fighting often, they actually getting better. They more sharp, they're more crisp. You know what I'm saying? So fighter, I guess that's a lighter touch. It's a mandatory. So get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? You get 3 paydays. You get to stay sharp, and the fans get to see you. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. I'm different from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just different. I don't look at that as a mandatory. I look at it as an opportunity for you to stay active in a year where you've been inactive. Like it's about to go on one fight. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Trap House? Salute, bro. Salute to you. Jonah in the building. What's good? He said, "What's next for Bud?" Shoot, I would say maybe Virgil Ortiz, maybe Boots. You gotta look at these WO rankings. Uh, Shit, maybe even McKinnison, me MTK. Um, yeah, I would say I would say Boots and Virgil Ortiz would be my two picks. Yeah, that'd be my two picks. But yeah, they got Chris Algieri up in there, number 10. So that makes sense because he about to face off against Conor Ben. Mikey dropped to number 12. So we'll see. That Conor Ben Algieri fight is kind of interesting. We'll see how that come out. He says, but MTK now. I don't think he's completely MTK, but I think he's doing some type of under the scenes, under the table type of shit. Have to keep Thurman can catch Smith slipping. Everybody already wrote. I mean, yeah, but I think Keith wrote himself off though. So I want to see Keith come back. He was supposed to fight on that New Year's date pay per view. He's supposed to be the headliner. Excuse me. Like, that's behind the scenes type shit. He was supposed to fight Abel Ramos on that card. So I'm not sure. They talking about he pushed it back. That pay per view was in Florida. Who is the biggest name in the PBC from Florida? You know what I'm saying? They got Luis Ortiz headlining. That's cool. It would have been better if Keith Thurman would have headlined. Or if not headlined. I mean, I ain't saying it had to be on pay per view, but imagine Keith Thurman on that card as the main event. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Okay, moving to 140. So Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion. He got his WO mandatory. Jack Calderon that got rescheduled from December 18th to February 26th. Listen, we about to have us as boxing fans. We're about to have two undisputed fights on the same day. We got Josh Taylor versus Calderon February 26th. You know what I'm saying? Next year. That's on ESPN. Then we got Charlo versus Castano Part 2. You know what I'm saying? February 26th. That'll probably be on Showtime. So, when the last time that happened? Two undisputed fights on the same day. You know what I'm saying? They say boxing dead, though, but I don't know. I ain't never seen no shit like that. But, yeah. So, I want to see Josh Taylor, how he come back. You know what I'm saying? If that knee injury affected him. Arnold Barbosa, number 2, is in an interesting spot. He's with Top Rank. So he got a good backing behind him. I won't be surprised if he'll be Teofimo Lopez's first fight at 140 in February and March. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to fruition, y'all remember. You know what I'm saying? LW got you covered because Teofimo, his plan been to go to 140 for a long time. It's just he seen that bread Triller was throwing out, so he kind of redirected. We'll see how he looked tonight, but Barbosa in a good spot. Liam Paro, he's a good fighter, southpaw from Australia. He's coming back on the Jake Paul undercard. That's what's that? December 18th. He's facing off against number 8, Yomar Alomar. So these guys, and if y'all look at these divisions, some of these guys is actually fighting each other. Top 10 guys fighting each other. That's dope. Jose Zepeda, um, he's a WBC mandatory, so he's just waiting for either Josh Taylor to vacate or maybe he get an opportunity if Josh Taylor stays. Number 5 and number 6, Pedraza versus Ramirez. That's coming. That fight is done February the 5th. That's a good fight. So that's another case where This is the top five guys fighting, top six guys. Regis, it's looking like Regis is going to face off against Tyrone McKenna. You know what I'm saying? On his new deal with Pro Bellum. You know what I'm saying? Sam Maxwell, that's another decent contender type of guy. Zorilla, he had a nice performance his last fight. He might have something coming up. He got a chef. That's a killer right there. He been inactive. Ponce fought last week, so and he's number one. Ponce number 14. Ponce is number one in the IBF for Josh Taylor. So that's what it is. Okay, lightweight, 135. So Teofimo is the unified champion. He fights tonight. Looking for that. Looking out for that. That should be explosive for real, for real. Their style match up real well. Lomo is coming back against Comey, so that's a top five matchup, top four matchup. That's December the 11th. I like that fight. Cambosis, he in there. Dennis Baranchek, he got a fight that just got announced. He's facing off against number 14, Iza Shanayev. I think that's in Russia. No, that's in Ukraine. I want to say, Usyk's promoter is doing that fight. K2, Richard Coleman, boom. Number 7, Angel Ferreira. He had a nice knockout last night on the zone. I don't know if y'all caught that. Williams Zepeda, that's another good fighter. He's with Golden Boy. He looked good in his last fight on the Munguia and Rosado undercard. Gary Kelly, I like him. He can fight. He can fight. Let me see. Michelle Rivera. He was ordered to face off against Jorge Linares in WBA final eliminator. We'll see what comes to that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Interesting stuff. You know what I'm saying? This how I be learning about boxing, y'all. I'm telling you. I be remembering these names and dates and shit like that. I can spit that shit off. Cause I be, you know what I'm saying, I be keyed into this shit. Y'all probably like, damn, how you know all this shit? Salute to everybody in the building though, for sure. He said if T.O. wins tonight, which mandatory is next in the rotation? WBO or Tank? Oh, that's a good question, bro. I would say Tank if he want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Not saying if Tank want to do it, if Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerbe don't want to do it, because the WBA want to consolidate those belts, and to have that big ass fight, shit, yeah, I think so. And then maybe WBO. I can't say WBC because he not even the champion there, so that don't count. And the IBF, so he take care of the IBF. So yeah, bro, I'll say WBA. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. That should have me think a little bit. He said, I need your high prediction on two main events fight tonight. I like Teofimo in 6. I think he's gonna get off to kind of a slow start and fill out round. But I think he's the better fighter, better athletic fighter, bigger puncher, more explosive. I think once he starts touching Cambosis, I think he's gonna get him up out of there. So I got 6 round knockout. Um, for Fulton Figueroa, that's a good fight. That shit is 50-50. I like Fulton by decision, but I think it's gonna be a tough, rugged fight. Fulton can make this fight real easy if he boxes and uses jab. He got one of the best jabs in boxing. But if he sit down too early with Figueroa, it's gonna be a long night. I watched the Leo fight. He was getting touched up. That was a tough fight for him. So I'm gonna go with Fulton UD and then TO by 6 round KO. He said February 26th gonna be even better than November 26th, huh? Any upsets tonight? I don't know. I don't got no upsets tonight. No, I don't got none. I know Tank got until November 7th to vacate. Yeah. Yep, he do. You right about that. He said, okay, okay. What's good, Jack C? Salute. Oh, salute to that, yo. Salute, salute. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it. So T.O. and Fulton on. So T.O. and Fulton. Yeah, yep, that's how I got it. Yep. Figure we're going. Yeah, I think so too. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. So what we at 130. So Shakur Stevenson is the champion. Good performance against Jamel Herring. So he's in voluntary stage. Like he can. He should be able to unify with Valdez. I don't think Valdez want that smoke. Valdez don't have. He's in voluntary stage now. The WC ordered a little mini tournament with Shaki Foster versus Yakovov, and they're trying to order Consejo versus Jamel Herring, and then the winner of those two fights gonna face each other and be the mandatory. So while all that shit happening, you know what I'm saying, Valdez could go easy. He could easily get that fight if he wanted it. I'm thinking Valdez. He tried to get the well. I don't know. Top Rank tried to get him the Navarrete fight. Navarrete is supposed to be a free agent. We'll see. It's a lot of shit. To me, it's as simple just to make the unification, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I already know how boxing is. So that's why earlier when my man was talking, we was talking about Stevenson versus Colbert. They can't get this shit right on their side of the street, or you know what I'm saying, on their promotion stable. And we talk about to get this unification with Colbert and Shakur. That's why I be thinking like that. You feel me? So number one, you got Archie Sharp. He may get a fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can see Archie Sharp getting a fight with Shakur if these guys ain't trying to fight him. I mean, I don't know if he'd be the number one option if Shakur come back and do a hometown fight in New Jersey. I can definitely see that. You know what I'm saying? He coming over. Uh, I can see that. Abraham, well, I talked about Yakovov. That's a good fighter too. From well, he fights out of Russia, so he's gonna face off against Oshaki Foster. That's a good fight. Nova, that's an in-house fight. I can see that fight too if Shakur do a hometown fight. You know what I'm saying? For sure. He said Valdez needs to stop running. But I gotta hold you accountable. Oh yeah, stay on my neck, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. I ain't running or hiding, so you already know. I'm changing my pick from Fulton UD to draw. Okay, Waleed Salim early. Okay, I got you. Tiffimo late. I got you. Robert, what's good, bro? Salute. So it's interesting what they can do. If Shakur want to actually have a hometown fight, I can see those two options: Archie Sharp and Abraham Nova. More so Nova because he's a stablemate. Number four, Lamont Roach. He's fighting Rene Alvarado. That's December 18th on Zerto's undercard. That's a pretty good fight. That's a pretty good fight. Alvarado coming off two losses to Gutierrez. You know what I'm saying? Roach is a good boxer. So that's a decent fight. They got Jamel Herring, number seven. Like I said, he might go down. He might face Cansio in that WBC little mini tournament. Albert Bell, that's one of the tougher fighters in this division to face off against because he's tall, long, rangy. He can box, got a good jab. Keep it basic. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Number 12. Luis Lopez, he actually at 126. He's fighting Isaac Lowe next week for the IBF final eliminator for the featherweight title. um December the 3rd. That's a good fight. That fight can get kind of rough and dirty and shit. Yeah, his last fight he fought Gabe Flores. You know what I'm saying? Upset him. That's gonna be a good fight though. I'm curious in that fight. I like fights like that. You know what I'm saying? The winner will be Kiko Martinez mandatory, but I think Kid Galahad gonna exercise that rematch clause. But yeah, yeah, I like fights like that. Under the radar type of fights. Archie Sharp targets practice for everyone. Yeah, that's this week. Yeah, I mean that's tomorrow. Well, tonight. Yeah, that's a good fight. I like that fight. I like Fazili in that fight. I think Fazili may stop him late. He can outbox him, then stop him late. He got enough power. Kwee in the building. What's good? Salute to you. She said, "What's happening? Ain't nothing. Just chilling. Talking about this these WO rankings. Chilling. Um, So moving to 126. So Navarrete is a champion. It's talked, like I said, talk about him moving up to 30 to face off against Valdez, which should be a good ass fight, but we'll see. Mark Marcelo is number one. He was ordered to face Gary Russell Jr. in January. They're supposed to have a date in January, but y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? I like Gary Russell and stuff, but we can't really trust. You know what I'm saying? He be out the ring. He gonna be out the ring for damn near 2 years coming up early next year. That's a dangerous fight too, because Mark Marcelo is explosive. But let's say Navarrete moves up, vacates his title. You know what I'm saying? We may get Mark Marcelo versus Dalbe, or Dalbe versus number three Oleg. Masalenovich, Madalinsky, that guy right there from Ukraine. So Dalbay is in a good spot. That's why Dalbay was on that pay per view undercard last week. He building himself back. Of course, they're not gonna get him Navarrete no more. He got beat up twice in that fight. But Dalbay is right there though. You know what I'm saying? Joette is up in there. He had a he lost the fight against Navarrete, but he fought tough and hard. So maybe we'll see him back. Navarrete versus Vargas. Let's go. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. He said Gary Russell next solar eclipse. Shit, maybe. Ogawa look good against Nakatani. Looks strong and rejuvenated. I like Ogawa. I feel like Ogawa is a little bit. I think he can get all box. I feel like Fuzili can do similar things that Tevin Farmer did. I thought Tevin Farmer boxed him easy, but of course the decision and then the PED situation. But yeah, we'll see. I think it's gonna be a good fight though. That's a good fight. I know Eddie got options on that fight. The winner of Zephyr Barrett versus Bruno Terremo, they're gonna fight the winner. So that's why it ain't gonna be no Shakur unification. So yeah, I'm looking for that's a good fight. But yeah, Gary Russell should have fought already. Yeah, man, or moved up allegedly. Yeah, he should. Man, he could have had a fight. Now I know I heard some stuff like his pops is not in the best health and stuff like that. His brother fighting tonight. His brother been kind of active, I guess. Antonio, he fights at 118, so I guess we'll get to see Gary Russell. I think he's gonna be the lead trainer and stuff tonight. But yeah, he got to fight, man. This just getting ridiculous. What happened to my guy Gary Russell Jr.? He's one man. I don't know, man. I don't know. They say he fighting the end of January, but we'll see. Let me see. So Brian Chevalier, that's a Golden Boy fighter. Maybe Joe Wett can come back against him. That'd be a good fight. Joe Wett been fighting on the road. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he need to come back to Golden Boy and get a fight. Mauricio Lara, he don't have to fight Josh Warrington again, which I think they should run it back. But that's another one. But he had that crazy cut over his eye, so I don't know how long he gonna be out. Josh Warrington is a good name, former world champion. We'll see. Um, talk about Isaac Lowe, Brock Jarvis. One of those guys that still needs some work for me. He was getting touched up in that fight he had on Mikey and Sandor Martin undercard. Miguel Mariaga, now he's fighting on Tank's undercard next week. He's facing off against Eduardo Ramirez. That's gonna be a good fight. Robeisy Ramirez, yo, he might fight for a world title sometime next year. You know what I'm saying? I can see him. He might come back pretty like the top of next year, maybe on Joe Smith undercard, but you know how WBO work. I can see him easing his way up there and maybe facing Dog Bay for the vacant title and Navarrete move up. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Going off how they be moving. Joette, Dog Bay, Al Lopez. Yeah, Joette, he's with Golden Boy, but I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. How the WBA updated us what happening with so Leo Santa Cruz supposed to have a comeback fight probably top of next year, but he's gonna face the winner between Lee Wood versus Mick Conlon. That supposed to go down St. Patrick's Day. I hope it do MSG, but we'll see. But that fight is basically done. They probably just waiting for the dates. I think they're really waiting for Katie Taylor, her outcome, and then Amanda Serrano, and probably tag team those two fights together, which would be crazy if they did that. If they can do that on St. Patrick's Day in MSG, that'd be crazy. Cause Mick Conlon, real talk, he probably the biggest star on Top Rank in the U.S. If they do all his fights in NYC, like he a bigger draw. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So that's what's supposed to happen. And I'm not too sure. Leo haven't fought at the weight going on 3 years, so I don't know. I don't know. Dog Bay versus nah, I don't think so. Nah, that'd be foolish of them to make that fight again. I doubt it. Man, I thought he lost that fight, bro. I thought James Wilkinson beat him. James Wilkinson coming back on Lomachenko on the card next week. Well, December the 11th. But I thought he lost that fight, bro. All right, so moving to 122. So we got the big fight tonight. Fulton versus Figueroa unification. Looking forward to that. Last week we had MJ. Looked okay. You know what I'm saying? That guy was tough though. That guy was tough. He was unknown and he was tough. So of course that'd be natural to go ahead and do undisputed next. But y'all already know the politics. You know what I'm saying? They fought a week apart, so it should be some type of demand for that fight. But it ain't. We'll probably see the winner between Fulton and Figueroa. They're gonna probably face off against the WC mandatory Danny Roman, former unified champion. You know, he credible. He definitely can fight. I won't be mad at the fight per se, but I feel like you should try to pursue the MJ fight first. If it don't work out, which it probably won't, then go. You know, but they already got that shit planned out. MJ, he's basically in voluntary mode because he defended uh, both of his mandatory challenges. He fought both his mandatory challenges this year, IBF in April, and then he might have to run it back with Running Rios because Running Rios pulled out the fight. So maybe he had to run that back. So let me hold up on that. But who's James Wilkinson fighting? I don't watch the rematch. I don't mind watching the rematch. He's fighting on Top Rank. I'm not sure who he's gonna fight. Actually, it's gonna be on the undercard. But yeah, so 122 is a hot division to me. Like, look at the names: Dan Roman, Carlos Castro. I think Thomas Patrick Ward got a fight coming up. I forgot. I think it's I forgot. I think he do got a fight coming up. Mike Player, he just fought last week in Miami. That's another good name in a crazy type of opponent. Like that's a decent opponent right there for anybody. Angelo Leo, former world champion. Ryo, number 6. You got Zach. Zach is number 1 in the WBA. He's the mandatory. Running Rios. So Running Rios might get that opportunity again. Tacoma anyway. He moved up. Jason Cunningham coming out 2 good victories. Luis Neri. Interesting because I'm hearing he might move up to 26, but he's still a player if he can make the weight comfortably at 122. I don't think this I think this weight division is actually above his head too, in my opinion. Rais Salim, that's a dark horse in this division. Like real talk, dark horse. Crafty, got a difficult style, unorthodox, throw punches at crazy angles. Probably the most athletic fighter in this division. That's including Fulton. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to see him fight tonight. He's facing off against number 14, Baez. So yes, sir. That should be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Good showcase for him. Moving down to 118. Let me see. He said, I'd rather see. Yeah, that fight was almost done, and that makes sense too. So I think that fight that would have been like 2 eliminations at the time, and it wouldn't mess up undisputed. You know what I'm saying? But undisputed is starting to get kind of overrated. Excuse me. It depends on the division. Like 147, that's just overrated as hell. 135, overrated. Hopefully it don't be like that at 122. But those 2 divisions, that shit's overrated because the top guys don't want it. So you know what I'm saying? Overrated. Don't mind watching. I feel you. I got you. All right. So 118. So we're gonna have all the champions fighting next month. You know what I'm saying? In a week span too. So John Red Casamero is the champion. He got a mandatory Paul Butler. I think that's December the 11th. So that can be pretty tricky. I think Casamero should win that fight though. But Paul Butler is a former world champion, decent fighter. Rashid Warren is number 2. I'm not sure what he gonna do. Jason Maloney, that's another good name. Uh, Lee McGregor, number 10. Yes, sir. He's coming back December the 18th. Parker Chisora. But these champions, though, so Donaire's fighting December the 11th. So that's what's up. He's facing off against his WC mandatory, Raymond Galabayo. The 14th, you got Anyway making a defense. So you get to see all 3 champions, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully that can lead up to a unification. Um, so yeah, that'd be dope, man. I know we supposed to got Casamero versus Anyway last year. Donaire's name is in the mix too. So yeah, bro. it's good to see the champions fighting together because then the fans can get an idea of who they think the best. If you thought somebody was the best, now you can see them in full display, so you can say, "Ah, nah, he's head and shoulders," or "This fight may be close," or "This guy's better than what I thought it was." So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So 115. So we got another big fight. They got announced. Kazioka, the WBO champion, he's gonna face off against the IBF champion, German and Kajas. That's on New Year's Eve in Japan. That's a big fight. Big fight. Big fight. Been waiting for that. And Kajas, he got like 9 or 10 defenses with all the unification. So that's like way overdue. Good fight though. I thought Ioka, he was tested his last fight, what I'm saying, against Rodriguez. That was a tough, close fight to me. So maybe German Kajas got enough, in the tank to probably overcome, the old vet. It's a good fight to me. I like the fight. What happens with Rashid Warren? You see, that's another one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. I know he's right there, like to fight for a world title. Maybe they give him the winner between Gary Antonio tonight versus Santiago. I don't know. Just throwing brainstorming. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, we got let me see. Daniel Nientes coming back. He's coming back on one of these cards next week too, man. I forget one of those pulled. I think it's December the 11th, I believe. I forgot, but yeah, I like Daniel Nientes. That's a technician. If y'all ain't seen him fight, technician. These guys in these lower weight divisions be technicians for real, for real. So yeah, nothing really changed in these rankings, but yeah. Of course, we gotta see the biggest fight in the division, Part Three, Estrada versus Chocolatito. That may be pushed back to March, and if it does, that's like a year out the ring, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um, then so Ramasai versus Quadra supposed to run it back. That's another good fight. So Tanaka is coming back pretty soon. I want to say December the 11th. I think he's gonna bounce back from that loss to Ioka. Almost a year out the ring. So what I'm saying? That's what's up. So PBC gonna do like top rank and Council Rigo. Probably. I mean, after that, I don't know, man. I thought he boxed well. He just didn't make Casemiro pay. Too much movement. All right, 112. You got Junto Nakatani, one of the best young champions, yo, right now. I like him. Tall, southpaw, can punch, got a good uppercut. He's coming back on Triple G Murata undercard, so that's a good look for him. This division, I like this. I like this division. It's starting to wake up a little bit. Dr. Cannon finally came back, had a nice performance last weekend versus Luis Concepcion, stopped him in 9. So he's looking good. Sonny Edwards is coming back one of these weeks, the 11th or he coming back soon. He's gonna face Jason Mama. That fight got rescheduled, so that's good. We seen Jason Martinez last week. That fight got cut short because of a head clash. I think the WC might run that back. You know what I'm saying? Because still interim champion Arroyo, but hopefully they can unify after this, and that's good. That's good. So that's what's up. But I like these divisions. Like I like this 112 division. This shit is explosive. Number one, Ricardo Sandoval. He's the IBF mandatory. Um, so that's what's up. He's the IBF mandatory for Sonny Edwards. Maybe he have to wait a little bit. I don't know, but he's coming back on Devin Haynes' undercard. This a little run out fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't fought since like the summertime. So yeah, you got to keep him sharp for sure. All right, 108. So the champion is Jonathan Gonzalez. He just took that belt. You know what I'm saying, off Soto. I see Jesse Bam Rodriguez number one. Yeah, that's I think Bam can stop this guy. I like Bam. Bam, one of my favorite prospects. He's a contender in these lower weight divisions, but for sure, I think Bam he can be a big star. Um, let me see. You don't think Quadras is? Well, let me get to it. You don't think Quadras is washed? I mean, You know what I'm saying? I think he's definitely at the end of his career. But he got a certain skill set. He can box. You know what I'm saying? He beat Sir Rumbleside. That was kind of a tricky type of decision, whatever technical decision. But he got the style, especially if Sir Rumbleside is kind of lead foot dominance, and sometimes you can outbox that. You can move around and spin them and turn them. If Quadra still got his legs, I think he's a decent opponent. He can do well in that fight. Wasim, yeah, I watched that fight last night. He's the mandatory for Dr. Cannon. I don't know. I don't know. Bam, ready already. I think so. I think so. You see that kid's angles and footwork, but we'll see. There's another divisions. Both of these divisions, '08 and '05, they got multiple champions, which I think they should definitely unify, get some name recognition. But 108, Karaguchi, so he got a mandatory Benavidez as a regular champion. They're trying to consolidate the belts. Phillips Alvarado, that's another big, like 112 guy. He's like 130 or something. That's a big guy. And Yakubov, he just knocked off Kenshiro. They gonna run that back. So 105, Mendez is fighting on the world champion Fredo Mendez. He's fighting on anyways on the card, December 14th. So that's what's up. Then we got the other champions and stuff. They got a box off in the WBA at 105, but the super champion not involved in it. You see how they doing Ugas? It's crazy. So yes, sir. So yeah, man, that's what it is, man. These are the rankings, yo. Um, Let me see. The biggest thing that got me, I like seeing these young guys move up. Like Boots is number two, so that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he's right there at a title shot. You know what I'm saying? He should be. He's top five, top three in all sanctioned bodies. What else? Tony Harrison coming in at number eight. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a good look because I think these guys are so inactive. Like, I think them getting put in this spot without fighting for a long time and not being in the rankings, that tells me something is coming. Maybe he gonna fight Lubin. That's an easy fight that should be made. I think that's a good fight too. Excuse me, as far as them selling the fights, you know what I'm saying? And then in the ring, if Tony Harrison is on his A game, and both guys are really sharp type of fighters, technical guys, can box and can punch. So maybe that's something. But if Tim Zoo want to come over here, or if Tim Zoo can get Tony Harrison down there, now I didn't believe it at first because they said they offered Tony Harrison, but I have to come. I go to the rankings when the people talk about fights getting made in public and in the media, I go to the rankings. So I be like, oh shit, Tony Harrison not even ranked by them. What they talking about? Like, but then you see him pop into the rankings now, right after Tim Zoo, you know what I'm saying, you know, came off a victory. So now I'm like, okay, now maybe it can happen now. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be putting two and two together and shit like that. But we'll see. And then Benavidez coming in at number four. When he already the WBC mandatory, he in a good spot to fight for the vacant title whenever Canelo vacates. It makes sense for me for the WBO mandatory Zach Parker to face off against the WBC mandatory Dave Benavidez, so they cancel each other out. You know what I'm saying? They cancel each other out. That's what they should do. Mandatory should fight each other. Shit, especially if the champion is it got the leeway like Canelo, you might as well fight the number one guy. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, that's what it is, man. I appreciate everybody coming through the building for sure. You know what I'm saying? Asking questions, dropping comments. Much appreciated. He said, what happened to Hurd, man? I don't know what happened to Hurd. I'm not even sure if he's gonna fight again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure. Um, he said you want to see Aris. I mean, I'd be cool with the fight. I thought it was a good fight, but I mean, I think we'll see the same thing. Honestly, if Jerry Hurd not gonna be committed to defense, he gonna get seriously hurt. You know what I'm saying? So why I want to see that? Honestly, if he ain't gonna fix it, because he just stayed on the ropes, getting hit with the same overhand right, same thing. So Yeah, man, that's what's up. So of course, we got two big fights, you know what I'm saying, coming up tonight. Teofimo versus Cambosis, you know what I'm saying, long awaited soap opera being put to rest. So I'm kind of hyped about that. Then you got the IBF, the vacant title at 130. So that can give a little bit of clarity to the division for Zilli versus Ogawa. That should be a pretty decent fight. Um, then on Showtime, you got Fulton versus Figueroa. That's a good unification. That's probably the best fight that was on the Showtime schedule when they announced it. You got Rais Salim. So Rais Salim is basically this fight is basically to say, look, I'm in this division too. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the dark horse, so I think he's gonna put on a good performance. Then you got Gary Antonio Russell, so um, should be pretty good night of boxing, man, for sure. What happened with are you Ken Benavidez go the IBF route? Yeah, I think it was Katagi. Yeah, he could go that route too. But all that shit lead to Canelo. You know what I'm saying? If Canelo go ahead and vacate, then I think uh Benavidez be the first one to fight for a title in any sanctioned body. You know what I'm saying? I think he ranked in all four. But Canelo, it's like it really don't make sense to go down a certain route. Like if Canelo ain't trying to fight him, like if we know Benavidez, most people got Benavidez number two at super middleweight, so he should have to go down no route. He should just Canelo say, "Oh, I'm gonna fight him." You know what I'm saying? But I feel what you're saying. That if these belts was we had four champions, then I'll be with you. But Canelo is the route. You feel me? Maybe Benavidez versus Durrell again. Man, you never know. You never know. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here though. I might come back later though, because I want to talk about the lightweight division. I might, you know what I'm saying? We gotta see how things shake. But I want to salute to everybody again, yo. It was much love. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, like I said, this shit is like therapy for me. And when you guys comment, it actually helped me out even more. So salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's my time and I'm out.